Today, the Capitol's attending physician has cleared McConnell to work again, saying he is medically clear to continue with his schedule as planned. Occasional lightheadedness is not uncommon in concussion recovery and can also be expected as a result of dehydration. McConnell did fall and suffer a concussion earlier in the year. Now, Democratic Representative Dean Phillips called out not just McConnell, but also Senator Dianne Feinstein, the oldest member of Congress at age 90. Feinstein was absent from Capitol Hill for months while battling shingles. Representative Phillips posted on Twitter, X, formerly known as Twitter. Still can't get used to that. He wrote a quote, "For goodness sake, the family, friends, and staff of Senators Feinstein and McConnell are doing them and our country a tremendous disservice. It's time for term limits for Congress and the Supreme Court and some basic human decency." It's a statement that political commentator Bill O'Reilly echoed.
McConnell should resign tomorrow, and his wife should make that happen. McConnell is not healthy enough to be the Senate Minority Leader. Dianne Feinstein should quit tomorrow as a senator from California because she is not healthy enough. And Joe Biden should resign, not tomorrow, but somewhere down the line after the Democrats set up someone who can actually compete for the office, because Biden cannot. All right? And we should have term limits in this country.
But look, to implement term limits, it's not going to be easy, to say the least. To get that to happen, it would require lawmakers to pass a constitutional amendment, and doing so would require two-thirds support in the House and the Senate, as well as three-fourths support of all state legislatures. Republican presidential candidate Nikki Haley has brought up another solution: competency tests for politicians over 75 years old.
In the America I see, the permanent politician will finally retire. We'll have term limits for Congress. And mandatory mental competency tests for politicians over 75 years old.
Now, this wouldn't be the first time that we've heard about cognitive tests for politicians or a jab at Biden's age. But again, this is not really about age, something that we've said on the show before. This is about politicians' ability to do their job, their ability to speak with reporters, to vote, to represent communities, to better the country. It's a problem if that is in jeopardy. So what's the solution here? Term limits? Okay. For how long? Age limits? What's the cutoff age? Especially when you have older people who are as sharp as can be. There's really not a clear-cut answer to any of this at the moment. Well, maybe I have somebody who does have the answer. Joining me right now is Republican Congressman Tim Burchett from Tennessee. He's previously introduced legislation on term limits and is a co-sponsor of a 2023 bill proposing an amendment to the U.S. Constitution to limit the number of terms someone may serve. Great to see you. Thank you so much for taking the time. As we talk, I'm going to put up something. This is number 4. This is Representative Ralph Norman introducing the constitutional amendment to impose congressional term limits. You were a co-sponsor. When you see what happened with McConnell, we talk about Feinstein. Does this renew the push for term limits in your mind?
Yeah, I think it does. But the reality is, will it pass? It's kind of like the old Finding Bigfoot TV show. They never found Bigfoot, and they never, because if they did, they'd never have a show. And these groups that keep pushing term limits, I rarely see them darken my door, and I see them say, "Send me $50 so we can fight. We can fight for your term limits." The reality is we'll have to vote ourselves in. We'll have to vote in term limits for ourselves. I don't see it happening. I would vote for it. I'd put it on the floor tomorrow and vote on it. I would love the opportunity. But the reality is I've tried this in the past, and I'll continue doing it, is you're probably going to have to grandfather folks in. If we would have done this when Newt Gingrich originally had talked about it in the Deal with America or whatever it was called, that was the one bill that he couldn't get to the floor. If we would have just grandfathered everyone in, at that point, everybody that was there would be gone by now, and then term limits would come in.
What would term limits look like to you?
Well, I don't know. I don't know what the cutoff. That's the deal.
Trick,
the magic is. Yeah, the trick is. And you go 4, 6, 8, 12 years, and then you have senators. What are they going to do?
Yeah.
And the problem you end up with is lobbyists and staffers that mostly run this government into the ground anyway.
Let me ask you this:
the swamp, we'd have them running it.
You know, look, in the Constitution, right? They put up arbitrary numbers about how old you have to be to serve in the House and how much you have to be in the Senate. Should there be numbers put in for how old you are? Put that aside in terms of putting a number on an age or term limits. What about competency tests for all politicians? Not, you know, maybe over 75, but maybe just all politicians.
I agree with you. I have a degree in education. I don't know what that would look like. I don't know if it would be cognitive skills. It would be some sort of other cerebral wonderings around your head. I don't know what that would look like. Again, the proof's in the pudding. But the reality is Congress will never pass a term limits bill. We'll raise Hades about it all we want, and they'll have folks that'll keep getting elected. The problem is it like the city of Knoxville? I'm in Knox County. We just had a city election 2 days ago, and less than 15% of the population votes. That's the problem. People need to get educated on the issues, get ticked off, and get to the polls, but they won't do it. You know, we have term limits, we have voter harvesting, we have all these gimmicks to get people in. You know, vote all week. You know, and you know what happens? You have the same amount of people or less that vote overall.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.